Welcome to Nairobi National Park. Oh, yes, a very unique wildlife sanctuary located in the heart of Kenya's capital city. My God, this park is a true gem, offering a blend of urban and wild landscapes that's hard and very hard to find somewhere else. Of course, tell me, how many parks do you know that are in the capital city? Not just in the capital city, in the middle of a capital city. So come with me as I take my sister for her birthday. I take her for a game drive in the Nairobi National Park. We accessed the park through the gate at Langata. I think the first gate is you'll see something like Kenya Wildlife Authority. Then when you enter inside, it's when you'll find the main gate. A very well planned game drive will take at least 2 hours. So the best thing to do is at least first grab a good meal, a cup of coffee. Now at this time we did the game drive. Nairobi was so cold, so it was so good, wise of us to first grab a cup of coffee and a meal before we went on for the game drive. Knowing that we're now fine in the central government, we head to the main gate to make our payments. I don't remember what amount the exact payment was, but it wasn't a lot of money. It was really, really little money for entry, most of for East Africans. So these activities are not actually expensive. What makes a game drive expensive is the car that you're going to be using or the company or something like that. Oh yes, so we paid the charges at the gate. Yeah, if you're going to use your personal car, your car will also have to pay something like 1,000 something. I don't remember the exact charges, but we paid and entered. Your very first sight as you enter from the main gate, you're going to find these baboons. Oh yes, all over the place, all in the road, the mothers, the babies, the big ones. I think they live in families. So yeah, you always take a pause. You can always tell your guide, please pause, I want to experience this, I want to enjoy this, I want to spend more time on this, and they will always grant your wish. So doing game drives, it's a collective job with your guide. So you always tell you, please keep looking, whatever you see, tell me as I'm also looking. So it's a collective work. It's not that only your guide will spot the animals and tell you. Though most cases, they know the spots where some of these animals always tend to stay. So we first came to this water body to see. My sister loved those birds that stand on one leg. I can't really remember their names. If you get to remember, tell us in the comment section. And these two, there were many ducks. I can't get to remember their names too. Oh, we spotted this handsome young man. And this is a Nile crocodile. These guys can always change color with wherever they are. And also they can pose. Crocodiles can pose like a log. So if you're not careful, you can meet face to face with Mr. Handsome. At the distance, there are some hippos taking a bath. Oh yes, those little movements you see in water are hippos. Now I think being a national park in the city, they are so used to being interrupted. So sometimes they pause and listen. Oh, animals have very great, should I say, hearing or listening skills. They really pause and get sound from a distance. Here are the antelopes. See, antelopes live in a family, and you could find like a family of many females has only one male. He's the one who takes charge of all of them, and the one who satisfies all of them. Ooh, so antelopes are mainly polygamous. So why do some of you behave like antelopes? I come in peace. Let's enjoy the game drive. After driving just a little distance, we spotted these rhinos. Oh my god, this was the best view in the national park. You know why? Because you see the wild animals and in the background is the city. Oh yes. So truly, Nairobi National Park is a national park in the capital city, Nairobi, Kenya. So if you have a national park in your country, in your city, please comment in the comment section below. Otherwise, for now, I've not been to many countries. All I can say so far in East Africa, Nairobi is the only city that has a national park in the city. Tell us if you have one in your city and we'll be glad to know and also come to visit. If you are a giraffe lover, oh yes, you will see quite many of them in the Nairobi National Park. Now, I didn't know giraffes are so also different, and depending on the patterns on their skin, because some have black and brown, some have just dark brown and brown. Yeah, so I got to notice also those differences. We got a binocular so that we can also help our guide to spot some animals. At a distance, what you see suspended on those white poles or pipes is the SGR, the standard gauge railway. So if you ever get to board SGR on your way to Mombasa from Nairobi, you'll get to pass through the Nairobi National Park. And God willing, you could see some animals on your way to Mombasa, and you go through also Savo, where you can also see many elephants, many other animals. So be sure if you're in Nairobi, Kenya, board a train to Mombasa, you drive through 2 national parks. Isn't that amazing? We also saw several ostriches. Oh yes, I remember they gave us a difference between the female one and the male one. Trust me, I can't remember anything, but I was so glad and happy to see ostriches, because most cases I've only seen them in movies when they're chasing people. What do you know about ostriches? Are they the fastest birds, running birds? Anyway, guys, tell me what you know. Over there we saw this bird. I don't remember its name still, but it's a bird that can swallow snakes. Wow. What's the name of that bird? Tell us in the comments section. And I'm told some people even eat eggs, ostrich eggs. Guys, how do you do that? Where do you get them? Isn't that poaching? Anyway, that's not my business. Let's continue with the safari. We also found these animals. They look like big antelopes. Yes, but they have a different names. But if you look at them, they're like real antelopes and cobs. I think they belong to the same family. But these ones, their horns are very, very straight, and they seem to be very, very peaceful animals from my point of view. but I've never come to agreement that there is any wild animal that is really peaceful. But though some of them look peaceful. During the game drive, when you see other cars converge somewhere, just get to know there is something interesting there that you should not miss. Glad we had a guide. Guess what? We saw a cheetah. I'm told many people have had game drives in this national park and they have never seen this animal. Ooh, yes! I'm told there is someone who has done this game drive for over 15 years and they've never seen a cheetah. I felt so good to know that, okay, this rare handsome guy, I just got to see him. That was so beautiful. And we kept making calls. Our guide kept making calls to other, please, there is a cheetah here, please come here. And everyone was so much into it. I'm so glad I saw it. Though all wild animals are wild animals, there are animals that really look so graceful. Look at these zebras. And one thing I got to learn is that each zebra has its own pattern. So that pattern is like the fingerprint, the way we human beings have our fingerprints. So the zebras are like that. So each pattern is different from the other. Each animal, be it millions and millions of them, each one of them has its own pattern. And on another note, why do zebras look like horses? We got a call from another group that they had spotted 2 lions, and guess what? We went right that side. Game drives are so interesting, the coordination. Here are the lions, but guess what? These guys refused to stand up. It's 2, a male and a female. They had just mated, so they were in their honeymoon. The guys refused to stand up completely. We kept, should I say, provoking them? Nothing. One could just raise her head like this and go back to sleep. 2 big lions, huge ones. My God. Very many of us kept waiting. We waited for minutes and minutes. Some people waited for hours and hours. Which kind of mating is this now? I think that's why some of you also, when you fall in love, you don't want to work anymore. Anyway, we'll navigate that. We just spotted 2 big lions and they refused to wake up. They had just mated. They are in honeymoon, so they are just sleeping. They don't want to be disturbed. Oh God. I am so grateful to the binoculars and also to this coffee, because I'm so glad I'd carried one, because it was all cold through the drive. Nairobi's cold. This city should decide if it wants to be a city or a refrigerator, but because what is this? If you don't know me, my favorite animals are elephants. But I was told in Nairobi National Park there are no elephants, so I will only see them in Savo West. And guess what? Oh yes, let's head there. At this point, I think I've done a very good and wonderful job of showing you around Nairobi National Park. Let me just leave you with the beautiful sights and sounds and views to enjoy.